Hey all, and welcome back to the HSE playthrough of Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Big old building in the distance, wind blowing through New York, arrow pointing us to where we need to go, but there's a couple of other things that have caught my interest in the meantime, so why don't we go and knock about some more of Marko's memories.
Scattered all over New York.
I would say that these are ones that they really want you to get early, both because I think narratively they make sense to kind of get them out of the way early because it reveals some parts of the mystery, but also because it's just nice for immediately leveling up some parts of the map there. Getting fast travel is nice, although we probably won't be using it too much once we get another type of collectible.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I've played the game. I can foreshadow.
Ah! Oh, fuck up.
Nothing worse than surprise sand in your britches.
Oh, man, I was once at a beach with, like, a friend and their family and whatnot, and, like, this dude he was just having a hell of a time digging sand and whatnot, and I just turned around at the wrong time and got an eye full of sand.
See, that makes me think, like, when I was a kid, I would just lay down and have my friends bury me with sand, and it would get all in my hair. Do you know how hard it is to get sand out of your hair as a child? That was coming out for weeks.
Christ.
They definitely read up on Marko.
I had to wear an eye patch for a little bit, by the way. Thanks for the sympathy.
Whoa, okay. Didn't know it was that bad, actually.
It was for an afternoon, it's fine.
One afternoon as a pirate, I feel like everyone's entitled to that.
Ooh, a flame. Don't want to go over there. It reminds me of another flame right now.
We'll deal with that flame once we build up the courage, because every time I talk with him, I need to build it up a bit.
That's rich. You're both cut from the same cloth, I hope you realise.
Of course.
The greatest lie the devil ever told was pretending he is different from Flame. Oh, sand, it's gotta be here. Oh, what do you know?
I bet you it took a lot of restraint to not make a single, Star Wars sand quote reference in this.
Oh, maybe.
They're all Disney now anyways.
This feels distinctly non-Disney, thankfully. There's no wholesome Tom Holland, tiny little British Tom Holland and whatnot.
I was so shocked when I first heard him with his actual voice, because my first time seeing him was, of course, just as Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, there he is, a true American kiddo. And then I listened to him in an interview, and I'm like, whoa, that is not an American kiddo at all.
Oh, what's your governor? What's for tea? Is it beans on toast?
They're taking over slowly.
But it's too late now.
Andrew Garfield is British as well.
Oh, God, they're multiplying.
And guess what? We're wearing the suit!
Oh, no! You're right! We've become the Britbong.
He's even eating again. Doctors are hopeful. Good work.
Thank you, MJ. A critical Sandman-based analysis there. Alright, where's the next one? We might as well finish these off, honestly.
Or anything else on the way, for that matter. Like, there's that, some photography as well.
Yes, there's some Marko's memories probably over here.
Yes, because they don't appear until you go near them, so you do need to swing around. Scanning does increase the range of which, all the things around you appear, but if you just go by them, they will pop up on the map.
Here we... So in the interim period between the first recording session and this one, I actually started and completed Yakuza 0, so I am fully engrossed in the world of the Yakuza now.
And it's crazy, because, you did that, and then in, 30 hours, I'm gonna be in the land of Yakuza. Well, actually, wait, hopefully not. Maybe not, I don't know about that.
Jesus.
Hoping to stay away from that side of everything, even though I will visit, because that's Kamurocho, based on the real place Kabukicho, which I do plan on visiting.
Oh, okay. And I was like, is Kamurocho a real place? No, Tom. No, just because it appears in a video game doesn't make it real.
I mean, it's funny because even though it has a different name, the layout is 99% the same. It is like everything that you've seen there is like, yeah, that's real. It's just they used a different name.
If only I could punch harder. I need more arms besides the metal ones.
Oh man, could you imagine a spider having like more than 2 arms? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be pretty nasty. Come here. He's like sand, he's disappearing. Bye.
So like, how long do you think it's gonna be until we get the actual multiple flesh-armed Spider-Man in some live-action version?
Hopefully never, to be perfectly honest with you, mate.
Yeah, it's always been a weird thing. Even though I didn't watch much of it, I just think of the clips from the 90s cartoons where he had them, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Inside me. But that ain't been me for a long time.
I ain't a beast, you hear me?
Like I promised.
I'm not a beast!
Promised his daughter. That's why we haven't seen Sandman in so long.
Just conveniently ignore the vial of sand we had on our person. Alright. There should be some more in this immediate area.
Yeah, it makes sense that they're all going to be close by to where the Sandman incident happened. Perhaps it's that big, sparkling sand cloud over there.
You know, when you're right, Anna. That's the wrong one.
That should work for Robbie.
Oh, car accidents. We love you so much.
You know, for a place where everyone's comfortable calling out when something's wrong, people here sure hate admitting when they're wrong. The writer in me does love the iron.
It's not even a New York problem.
So that's a worldwide thing.
Alright guys, let's go.
Come on!
I noticed there's a big thing of water here. If only we could get them into the water somehow and instantly kill them all.
If only.
Some of these have some interesting gimmicks, like this one has the spray park, which is a terrible choice for them. And I don't know if you noticed in the last one, but some of those fans there, when they'd be blown into the fans, they'd instantly disintegrate because, well, the wind got them. So some neat environmental kills.
Oof. You know what? I deserve that, because I'm just being all cheap and whatnot right now.
That's fine, because right now we just have the singular sort of web yank, but we're eventually going to get an upgrade, which will let us do a bit more moving the enemies around. And let me tell you, that might be the most broken thing I've ever played in an open world game, because you can abuse it to hell and back.
I tell them to leave us alone, but they don't care. They shoot me with a net, try to hold me down.
I feel like a net would be very ineffectual against a man made of sand.
Oh, we should have got a bag instead.
Need to get one of those, like, very, very fine, like, sheepskin bags that let nothing out.
Back to you.
Marko was conflicted. He didn't want to hurt anyone.
We're definitely on the tail end of this particular story now, for sure.
In general, I think that a lot of the side content, they all feel so much shorter than they were in Spider-Man 1, which is good in my eyes. They all feel like they're much more easy to just, bam bam, get through.
Yeah. So just to get us reacclimatized, in case you haven't figured it out right now, we're going to finish off the Flint Marko storyline. Looks like a very familiar warehouse.
Sometimes you just go by an area and you're like, that will be something for later.
Indeedy so. See if we can get up high and spot what we need to spot.
Yeah, make sure to press that scan button every now and then, too. It's good to place markers and all that. Also, crimes.
Oh. Spider-Man, why can you see crimes everywhere? It's one of the powers a spider has.
I mean, spiders can detect when crimes are around. They just can't do anything about it. They are small.
More like they just don't care, really. Like, you know, I didn't see anything. You have, like, 50 eyes, yet none of them saw a thing. Alright, Mama didn't raise no snitch.
Just like deleted scene from Charlotte's Web. You know, all this stuff is like, oh, well, wait, no, that wouldn't work because, of course, who's with Charlotte in Charlotte's Web? A pig.
Shut up.
Oh, boy.
Has it appeared on my map? No, it hasn't. So we'll keep going this way.
It's a good idea to try to head to, like, the center of these areas, and from there you hit that scan, and should make it easy to see, if not, you know, looking at the giant dust clouds.
You keep mentioning those. I can't help but feel like it's an attack on my inability to see the obvious.
I mean, it is something that, you know, you see it and you go, oh, like, it's there, but it might be tough to tell just from an immediate look. It also doesn't help that Discord quality makes it very difficult to see tiny particulates.
I will find you, Marko. Either that or I'll take a picture first.
And the nice thing is they gave us 2 sets of missions at once, so we can simultaneously do them. What's all this then?
It's not a dog. Oh, it's a Taiyaki car.
Speaking of Japan,
What you will about
I'm gonna be
social
grabbing
media.
some of those.
Nice, nice, nice.
It's helped so many businesses stay afloat here when they would have gone under a long time ago.
Gotta get up high. I need to see sand.
Finding a grain of sand in New York should be an easy thing, obviously, right? While you're opening that box, just to be careful, I'm going to grab something here. Well, there's a big one right in front of you.
Well, hey, I told you if we went high enough we'd find sand. Environmental storytelling, ho!
It's also just a good thing in general with this game, because as you clear out areas and, you know, there's new missions that pop up, all you'll need to do is to sometimes just see the big marker for them. That will be, like, you go high up and you'll see it, so it's quite nice.
I throw a bit at you, haha!
This is no day at the beach.
So here's a bit of a good gamer tip. For the most part, doesn't work with all enemies, but for most, if you're on a layout like this where there's a big drop over there, if you send them out into the abyss, they're done. And there are a couple ways of doing that, web swings being one. You can also jump out there and web yank them. My favorite is, like I said, we're later on going to get this ability to literally just yank them left and right. So you just hit them and then yank them off the side, and that's it, they're done. You can just kill them so fast.
Open up this crystal in peace.
I lose the grapes at the school and come home. Walk through the front door. But you're not there. They are. What have they done to you, Kimia?
Oh boy.
Tell me his kid's okay. Gotta find more crystals.
Real scary when kids get involved. Both because, A, children being involved is not good, it's a scary thing, but also because the lengths a father would go to, you know?
Right,
Let you know if I
yeah.
hear more.
Alright, Consulta the Mapper. Marco's memory is there, good. There's one over here.
Would you like a bit of a hint as to where it is to help expedite the process, or do you feel good just going in?
I'm good, and also we have a couple of other things to do on the way there, which is nice.
Very true. Oh, this one's a fun one. This one's silly. I remember this one.
You might remember the science experiment missions from the first game. This is the continuation of those.
Peter, excited to have you on board. We've partnered with your friends at Feast to feed the community, starting by improving our gardens. To help, please collect some samples of nearby plants and put our gene splicer to use.
This isn't going to create like a plant-based villain, is it? No, this ain't
Collect some
DC.
samples, splice some genes, feed the people.
As much as I appreciate what science is doing for like sustainability and stuff, anytime someone's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna genetically make, you know, fields of meat, I'm like, I don't like that. I'm sorry, Resident Evil has ruined me. We can't do this.
I
No.
can use that.
You're going to fuck with plants. We can't be friends.
Plants, maybe. I mean, I've ate grapples before. Do you know what a grapple is?
Is it a cross between a grape and an apple?
It is a grape-flavored apple. It's good. It's nice. But at least that's just like actual putting them in a garden together and having them influence each other and not horrible monstrosities of science.
Okay, got some great samples. Time to bring them together.
Alright. It's time to defy God and spit in his face.
Can't believe that EMF is making these GMOs open source. Profit shouldn't be part of the equation when it comes to
We've
basic
got to put a
human
white one
necessities.
there. And I immediately put this down because I noticed there's no yellow going to the bottom right.
Smart. See? You're thinking big brain style.
Let's see.
Another hydrogen and a plant. Yeah, that should work there. And then we do the plant, that should be it.
Can't wait to see this grow.
If only science was this easy in school, I wouldn't have got a double F.
Okay, made some great new hybrid seeds for them. Just
We
gotta
got
get
some
this
new
place ready to
beans.
plant the seeds. Let's optimize their water.
Oh, we're not done yet. Well, alrighty.
Yeah, we gotta optimize the water, which is just a fun sentence.
That's what I say when I turn on the tap.
Probably need to
I'm
pull on that
I'm
valve.
currently liquid
Thanks,
maxing.
gotta patch this up. Some webs should do the trick.
Oh, too much liquid maxing. No. The H2O grind set must be stopped.
Okay, so you have to zoom in on them.
Multiple
Yeah,
leaks
you gotta
all
get
on the
that
water pressure.
that web
If I don't
snipe.
find them all, the system won't work. Just a few more to patch up.
Is that it? We good?
He said a few more. That means at least one more. Maybe two even.
Would be counterproductive if I drowned all the plants.
Aha. Sorry, whoever that hit.
It's okay. I'm sure New Yorkers are used to falling objects at this
I
point.
have green webs.
What have I missed?
Oh, a little bit more water there.
I think this should do it. Dr. Foster will be pleased. He doesn't need to know Spider-Man helped out. I wonder what other field projects the EMF is working on.
Oh, I'm sure they're equally as silly, Pierre.
I found this one to be pretty silly. I don't remember too many of the others being that weird, minus maybe one of them. But that one really stuck out with me just for the fact that it's like, oh, time to make this new plant, and then just flooded several apartments.
You know, I saw an old Grand Master playing there last week. Anyone could walk up and challenge him. And he lost to a kid who lives down the street from me. Dead. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that he threw because the story is better if you do that.
Yeah. And hey, yeah, that guy's lived his entire life. And what's one story where a kid, beat a grandmaster, He's going to remember that for the rest of his life.
It's gonna make good stories, and he might be interviewed, and, all I'm saying is there's gain to be had in throwing.
It's like fucking All Might, point to Deku, now it's your turn.
Oh, photo up to your left.
I'm looking for sand. That's right, sand can wait.
There'll be more than enough sand where we're going.
He's not going anywhere. Slow down. A lot of cars come speeding through here at night.
Not bad.
Is that a good photo, Spider-Man? Hey, send it to the student newspaper. Night class is starting soon. Get your butts in
The
those
Spider-Man
seats.
aren't the only
Don't fall
superheroes in New
asleep.
York. Getting students to class on time? One of the greatest powers I've ever seen.
I assume that's like a real guy, because it seems not fantastical enough to be fake.
Yeah, like, when I got this one, I'm like, what is this thing? I've never heard of this. Either it's a real guy or like a real sort of like profession that occurs in New York. I have no idea. Never heard of it before this game.
Not really a fan of you calling him a thing, honestly.
I'm not calling him a thing. I'm saying what he does is a thing.
Thought the police
And
would have
besides,
found it all.
there's a very nice thing in the Marvel Universe. I'm sure he would be grateful for it.
I guess. It's clobbering time all the same.
As long as he wears pants. I don't like the version of him that doesn't wear pants.
But you can't see his dongus.
Yeah, but it's still weird.
Do you think it just rolls out like a cat's or something?
Let's drop this. Drop it like a hot rock.
Fair enough. Sand located. Goo gaga, Jameson.
I mean, sand is just really, really small rocks if you think about it.
It is. Even more to think about.
Just how many of you are there?
I really wish in this one, if you threw them, it would just automatically send them to the hoops. I just want to dunk people.
Oh, Spider-Man will never be balling. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, one of the most famous ballin' pictures is Spider-Man and Venom playing basketball.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to be polite, but you can die now.
Just send you through that grating.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sand crystal time.
I start yelling, losing my cool. If they did anything to you, I can feel the sand about to take over. And then they splash me with some
Kind of a very funny line out of context. I mean, it makes sense in context, but one of those funny ones out of context.
He's talking like he's wearing a symbiote or something.
Little bit, yeah. Oh, a sandbiote.
I'm pretty sure Sandman's had the Venom symbiote before.
But what happened to Kimia?
I'm googling it. It must exist. It's probably a Funko Pop, honestly.
Ugh. Of all the things you could have compared it to. Oh, we're 3 away now. Right. Marko's memories. Can you get me higher?
Well, there's a lot of battles between Sandman and Venom, but I don't actually see any venomized Sandmen, which would be real cool. Shame.
Each sand particulate would be a new Venom.
That's terrifying.
Like tiny Venoms, eating you from the inside.
I don't like tiny creatures. I don't like thinking about that there's like billions upon billions of water bears crawling around the air around me at any given point.
Well, there's that one episode of Marvel's What If, the cartoon. Well, it's essentially Marvel Zombies. Don't know why I'm trying to hype it up as something different. But Ant-Man gets got, and then he goes around biting people before they even realize he's there.
That's bad. I don't know if I watched that one. I know I watched one of the Marvel Zombies ones. Was that the season 1 or season 2 one?
That would be the season 1 episode, because there's only been one.
Oh, okay, then I did see that one. For some reason I thought that one there was 2 of them. I didn't watch the second season, even though I've heard it's pretty good.
It is pretty good, although the finale isn't as cohesive as, go on, have a bath. Isn't as cohesive with the first season, I'll say that.
Crystal is mine.
Also, you might be confusing it with the upcoming Marvel Zombie show.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. I knew there was more Marvel Zombie content coming out.
Lots of empty cells around. You're not here. But are you okay?
Marko must have felt so helpless. Trapped. With no idea where his daughter was.
Now, this is the beginning of a Funko Pop. We've got to put a stop to this.
Oh man, they would absolutely release like limited edition from Lunchbox, the Red Crystal Sandman Funko Pop.
Okay, so Marko's memories. Jesus H. Christ.
Thankfully, everything's broken up where it's fairly easy to see where things are. Ah, one down here.
Do I have fast travel available on any of these? I don't think I do. But thankfully, we're kind of already going in the right direction. Nope, that's a mission. Fuck me. Okay, so I guess the last one will proc when we're near to it.
I think the last one is once you get all of them, then it appears as the final location. They usually do that there, where it's like, here's, 13 open world ones, and then one final other one.
Well, we've got a ways to swing before we get there, Tanner.
I mean, that's alright, it's part of the fun. Who knows, maybe there'll be a crime on the way, or a secret objective.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, the one collectible, which is really good for just mindlessly swinging around the city, that one won't appear for a little bit still.
Nope. No, sir. Thankfully, these air tunnels do make it a lot easier to speed from one end of the city to another.
Oh yeah, and the nice thing is we will get the abilities to upgrade not only some of our gliding capabilities, but as well as aerial movement. It makes just getting around so fun, and and already this game improves on the swinging. To the point where one thing that actually is different in the options is you can actually turn off swing assist and make it play a bit more like the PS2 Spider-Man games. So that's kind of a neat thing for those who want the real pure control.
Sorry, boatman, not today.
Oh, swinging under a bridge. I mean, super dangerous being under these bridges, because I've seen enough videos of bridges in New York. I don't know. They're kind of scary when it gets windy. But we're Spider-Man. We could survive it.
Indeed. Rah. Yoink.
Have a nice hefty chunk of tech parts coming up. It's going to be nice for those upgrades.
Alright, so there's a Marko's memory. Look at this cluster of stuff to do here.
Yeah, big cluster. I mean, mind you, according to the map here, we have never been here yet, so that's probably why.
Gonna have to flag that business transaction.
Hello.
And it's fun because, if you really want, you could, for a lot of these missions, go in and stealthily take them down, before they even start to notice, use those built-in mechanics, or you could just come in, use the metal arms, and just that's it, they're done.
Yeah.
Stop fighting us!
No. You're asking too much here.
I'll say there's nothing as broken in this as the Web Blossom was in the first one, so you actually do have to engage with the mechanics a lot more.
See? That's the thing about business deals. Nobody ever expects spiders.
That's a huge fucking rat. You see that?
I feel like that's pretty average size for New York, honestly. I've seen the memes. The rat hole. Is that a New York thing that's going on right now, or is that somewhere else in the States? Have you heard about the rat hole?
No.
You guys need help with
So
that?
there was a road in the States where it got paved over, and there's a perfect imprint where it's very clear that the road roller rolled over a rat. It looks like a Looney Tunes hole in the ground. And so people were going to it and going in and filling it with food as a tribute to the rat hole. People were doing marriage proposals there. It was a big deal. Was that New York? I gotta look it up.
Kind of just blabbering nonsense to me. Also, this is the only time I've ever seen two activities interconnect like this, because there's a Sandman thing, but there's also a robbery going on right now.
It is in Chicago, the Chicago rat hole, unfortunately. Not a New York thing, but you'll need to look it up after, because it's so funny. It's just this Looney Tunes rat silhouette in the ground. Whew.
Crystal's all clear now.
All this for our sick crystals.
They say their boss is coming soon, and that he wants to meet me. I'm not waiting around.
Whatever the boss wants to say, it could have been an email.
Yeah. Or a carrier pigeon note. You know, there's a kind of coming back into fashion, though.
God, could he make sand carrier pigeons? That's a whole business he could make right there.
I think we should be getting a message from MJ about her.
Marko was taken to the raft before he could find her. I need to make sure she's safe. Maybe there's more crystals back by where it all started.
Recover the sand crystal. Remember. Remember.
One final piece to our Lego puzzle.
Good job I was diligent in cleaning them out. Otherwise we'd have to go a lot farther to reach the crystal.
Most of these are fairly close to each other.
That should work for Robbie.
You gotta hand it to New Yorkers.
I was gonna make that exact same joke, damn it.
Ha 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 ha.
They'll find it.
Yeah, thanks guys. Make a sweet mockery of a guy who has mental issues.
You know what? I'm gonna say it though. Give like 3 or 4 Marvel movies, and we're gonna see that they're gonna turn that one giant celestial god coming out of the ocean that they completely forgot about in the movies into like a vacation resort.
Yeah, I think you're referring to Tiamat.
Yep.
That light. What is that? Hello?
No, you're not imagining things. We're in Sandman's mind palace right now.
Honestly, there was a lot of stuff in the last game that kind of goes for this aesthetic, so sure, yeah.
Me when they're out of tots. I need my tater tots.
Those giant spikes. Is the crystal at the center?
You know, considering we've kind of agreed the crystals are his mind, maybe not the best idea to immediately go, I'm gonna break it, but oh well.
That's cool, don't worry about it. No, I'm trying to break whatever the hell this is.
Get out of here.
There we go. Almost there.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop, please.
It all comes down. There's the crystal.
Oh, I didn't even see you hit the last one. You must have knocked a dude into it.
Hell yeah.
I tried to be the best dad for you, Kimia. I really did. All I can do is hope they didn't hit you and that you're safe at your mom's. I love you so much, Mia. We'll be together again one day. I know it.
I mean, everyone turns to dust eventually.
I was thinking more when he's out of prison and, you know, done his time and everything's gone, but there's also that, I guess.
I like to provide the alternative.
Hey, been calling you. My source at the raft told me Marko keeps repeating some address in Queens. Sending it to you now. I think you should check it out.
Her mom's. Maybe that's where Kimia is. Hey, MJ. You think you could patch me through to Marko at the raft?
Hang on while I look into it.
What a pretty building.
I'd say that's a major part of New York's visual identity. It's important to put it into these games.
Okay, all set. Patching him through now.
Spider-Man, sorry for my welcome mess. Thank you. You helped me get my mind right.
I'm sorry for not listening. Guess I never got to know the man behind the sand. But I think Kimia's at her mom's. On my way there now.
If she's there,
I really love how there's many times where Peter says, "I'm sorry," even to the villains. I think it's a powerful thing.
It is.
remember me by.
Of course. Take care of yourself, Flint.
Peter cares about his villains. Batman does too, to a lesser degree.
But I really feel like every villain, especially in this game, maybe not, we don't see it in every, form of Spider-Man there, but a lot of them it feels like, if it's not like a working relationship with some of them, but a lot of them it feels to me like he feels responsible, because a lot of the times, Spider-Man being around is what made them occur,
Yeah.
But even so, just being like, hey, I have the power to protect people, and I'm going to help by helping you protect yourself. I think that's so powerful, and an overlooked thing among, I would say, more casual audiences. I think the fans know that, but to the casual people, they might not really think about that.
Compassion. Being neighborly, that's kind of woke, dude.
Oh, man, I can't believe it. Spider-Man's woke. Next thing you know, they're going to make a black... Oh, no!
No! Don't press the switch button, Tom. Don't do it.
Actually, I will say, I think the very first sort of time I've ever seen them go like, hey, what if we reconsider the race of our hero, for me, was seeing Miles Morales for the first time, because he's been in comics for way longer than I think people know. Because I remember seeing him like back when I was in like middle school to early high school.
Jeez. Then again, you are kind of a tater tot in and of yourself, Tanner.
I mean, I'm only almost 29. I don't know about that. I'm hearing Scott the Woz say stuff like, "Oh man, I'm starting to get old. 27, the YouTube game. It might be the end for me." And I'm like, "What? You were 27? What are you saying, buddy?"
I'm gonna do it until I can't hold a controller anymore.
Just you wait. Pretty soon they'll have ways of getting around that.
So yeah, all those things made a statue.
As soon as I saw like the head in one, I'm like, okay, no, that is making something.
Kimia? Who is it?
She's okay. Wish there was more I could do.
Nice little area of Queens there.
Friends to help Marko with visitation rights.
It's nice to get the residential areas too. It's easy to forget that not all of New York is a, skyscraper mega city. There are the outskirts.
Also, lawyer friends, Peter? Who could we be referring to here?
Phoenix Wright. They fought together in the Battle of Galactus.
I guess. You fucking ruin it, don't you? Kabalamzo.
Overload. We have a lot of new suits too.
Well, might as well freshen up before we switch over to Miles, so we have that. We have that.
We have a really good one! Yeah!
It clearly says black, but it's clearly blue.
I mean, it's because he has one that's also, like, white there. We haven't used the Kumo suit, actually. I like this one. This one's very unique.
Yeah, and we haven't really spent much time as Miles in this suit, so might as well keep it on for the time being.
So the Kumo suit, Kumo being the Japanese word for spider, is designed by Peach Momoko, who is an artist who's done quite a bit for Marvel Comics recently. Some really cool, like, Japanese watercolor style art. I think they worked on a Venom verse series, which is basically like, what if Venom was a little samurai kid? And it's kind of cool.
Neat. Neat to the max, one would say. Alright, I guess it's time to go do a little thing with Miles, so switch it over now.